FortyFour Miles is like a nod to my origins, my home, my roots, because I'm from Black River and the river that the town is named after is 44 miles long. So, it was just a way to kind of connect the business back to me and how I got here in the first place. I'm Courtney Morris, I'm 27 years old. I'm from Black River, Jamaica, and I make jewelry. Well, I've always liked to make things, everything in all its forms. And after my grandma died in 2011, so I was in about fourth form, we're going through her closet and looking through her clothes and stuff. And I found this blouse and I thought I wanted a way to kind of connect to her. And so I took a strip of the cloth from the blouse and I made it into my first pair of earrings. So that's how it started, but it wasn't really like I am going to make jewelry now. It was more like just a way to continue creating and doing something I like, but also connecting me with my grandma. So I was doing it as a hobby in high school, and I would give pieces to my friends and my family. And one day I kind of just decided I'd try selling a few of the stuff, and people were buying it. I mean, it's not, when I look back at what I used to make, I kind of cringe, like I don't know what I was doing back then, but it just shows the progress, over time. When I left high school, I went to UWI for literature and I really enjoyed it. It was a really good experience. I've always loved books and I love to read. So I was making jewelry throughout my entire UWI experience, and I would kind of sell some stuff on the side. I was doing it as a hobby, but also thinking to make it into a business. I didn't really think I would leave school and be doing it full time necessarily, but it was just something that I enjoyed. So after I graduated, I kind of looked around for jobs, but it just occurred to me that maybe now would be the time to try it because I don't want to end up regretting it, you know what I mean? So I said I would just try full time. I think because of my family support and my parents being so supportive, it made it much easier for me to do something like this. Because it's not easy just to step out into a non-conventional job, but having encouraging people around you makes it much better. I mean, apart from my grandma being my inspiration and my family members being just supportive of my career in general, after I started making jewelry, I found out that my great-great-grandfather was a jeweler in Black River. And it was just like a really nice full circle moment for me to know that I'm kind of here doing what he used to do, and it makes me feel like maybe my ancestors are looking out for me a little bit, and like this might be what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. Being Jamaican definitely has an influence on the way I create, and I think everything that I've experienced since birth up until now influences the way I create in one way or another. And it might not be obvious, but I think just being Jamaican, living here and hearing how we talk or being around the plants, the natural flora and fauna, going to the beaches and stuff, all of that inspires me in a way. The lack of certain resources or like access to certain resources stretches us in a way where we're kind of forced to work with what we have, so we're more creative because of it. And it's not necessarily that lacking resources is a good thing. Like it's difficult, but I think it creates this quality in our work that just shows resilience and ingenuity. And that's true for me, but that's true for all Jamaican artists and Jamaicans in general. I've been told that I have a unique style, and it's not that my style is unique and other people's style is not unique or whatever, but I think that anybody who is looking inwards for their inspiration and not necessarily looking out like, what's he doing, what's she doing, if you let it flow through you and you're intuitive about it and stuff, there will always be something about your work that is unique and true to you, even if there's similarities with other people, because you can only be who you are and I'm who I am, and it's going to come out if you're being authentic. So I mainly use aluminum, copper, and brass. And then I use stainless steel chains for the most part. I have to outsource for 90% of my raw materials, and then I have to think about shipping fees, I have to think about customs, and even me exporting my pieces, sending them abroad to customers, like that's a hassle sometimes as well. It's not necessarily efficient. I also use sea glass, which I personally collect from beaches. There's like a little beach down the road that I go to sometimes to get my sea glass. So most of my sea glass comes from there. And like my beads and stuff, I can get locally most of the time. I try to keep at least one day where I'm not working, just for my sanity. Because if you pop down, like you can't really do the work properly, and then you're making art and it's coming from you. Like you have to take care of yourself and your mental space and your physical body, everything. My goal for myself as a jewelry designer is to keep myself happy and entertained. So like the favorite part of the process for me is when like I don't know how something's going to turn out and I have an idea and I have to figure out how I'm going to get to the end result. And like I'm experimenting and making something for the first time. That's what makes me happy. So in turn, that means that I end up creating like a huge body of work. That's why I have so many different designs, because after I make something, I get kind of bored and I want to go to the next thing where I'm like problem solving and making something new. So I guess my goal would just be to keep growing, keep expanding, keep learning. But then in terms of what I want people to feel, I just want them to feel happy when they wear my pieces, or feel happy when they buy something from me to give to somebody else who they love, or I just want when you wear my pieces for you to feel yourself and feel good about yourself, I think. And I know that jewelry is not changing the world. I'm not saving anybody's life, but you know, sometimes the small joys can really add to your day. So I just want people to feel good. When I'm not making jewelry, I'm probably still at home. I like being home. I like to read. I watch FortyFour TV shows and movies and YouTube videos, hanging out with my dogs, cooking, and anything with water, river, the beach, and being in nature in general. Yeah, so if I'm not at home, my favorite thing to do is probably go to the beach. The concept of creatives to me is taking your internal world and making it external. So taking what's inside yourself and making it into something that other people can experience.